Hello and welcome to my friends and family around the world. So we drove from southwest to southeast part of Portugal, and we thought that was a castle, but it was Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, a very warm welcome to Scotland. We are live from Scotland. Few friends, they are just coming down. We're just waiting outside their apartment. Once they're back, we'll be setting off on a with a creamy coffee and a fresh air outside. Why not?
Lieutenant Alban Arianiti, Albanian. Joined the Navy 2003, highly disciplined, intelligent, assertive, trustworthy, dedicated, tons of potential, 17 successful flying missions starting from the invasion of Iraq, and a suspension for disobeying orders. Am I right, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
Then I hope you have a good explanation for your actions.
I do, sir.
What the hell happened up there, Lieutenant?
After 2 circulations, we saw that on the ground there were only children and women. The attack wasn't necessary, sir.
And who are you to decide what is necessary? You were there to follow orders.
With all respect, sir.
Orders instructed from your commander. Orders directed from the Secretary General of NATO.
I have given NATO a good 8 years of my life, sir. But there were only children playing on the ground. There was no evidence of rebels on location. I am trained to fight against an army, not against innocent civilians. What are we really here for, sir? If they're rebels, why not invade by land, instead of bombing innocent lives? We've made this mistake in Iraq.
Mistake! You were there to do what you were told, soldier. That is what we do. We follow orders. Do you understand? Do you understand? You're suspended from duty. Prepare yourself for a court-martial, Lieutenant. You're free to go.
I disobeyed a criminal order, sir. I mean, if you think about, from the moment that the civilization started to move forward, we moved forward because we started to write down things down. The greatness, I believe, it's in the mind, but then we have to get it out and we have to put it down. And from that moment that things were written, letters were written, letters were invented, everything was put down, the whole civilization developed.
What type of things do you beat yourself up over?
Yes, this is interesting. I beat myself over. Now I'm 37, but since I was like 19, 20, 21, I wanted to be successful like in the early years of my life. I did not want to allow years and years and years and years and years to go by and then tell myself in 10 years time, in 20 years time, what the hell did I do? Why did I lose this time? This time was precious. Unfortunately for me, even though I tried, and I have to be honest, honesty with yourself is one of the main medicine. It's a medicine. You have to be honest with yourself, I believe. That even though I tried in the wrong way. I did wrong things. And for these years, yet I still lost years, still years went by and I still beat myself up for it. But what I have learned through all these years, and when I go back to revise what I've done, the main thing about making mistakes, it's the worst or the tragedy of making mistakes. It's not by making them, but by not learning from them and not fixing them.
Absolutely interesting. I am really impressed with your answers up till now, Marlon. Let me please move on to my next question. It is getting to be very, very interesting sector of this interview. What excuses do you let yourself make?
Excuses.
Do you think your life is better with excuses or without excuses? So tell us something about the excuses you make, and tell us something that I know people in my life who have various series of excuses, but when it comes doing something they just don't want to do. All they have is excuses to hand.
The excuses are the way you have been grown up, okay? In my opinion, okay? But they also show a way of a no capacity of achieving something, a no capacity of achieving your goal, and for this reason you blame the others. And some of the excuses I used to make is I used to blame others. I used to blame my mother, my father, my brother, my cousins, my friends, my family, everyone. I used to blame people around me until I figured out that there's no one to blame.
It was yourself to blame.
It's me. It is myself to blame. The situation around us will never be better. In general, if you look at the years as we go back in time, which year has been better than the other? I mean, we've gone from one difficulty to another, to the same economical problems, yet nothing has changed. It's just twisted around. And because the situation would never be, you have to fight yourself through and not make excuses but achieve your goals. I believe that people who work towards a goal, people who have a desire to achieve, to give to humanity, to do great in life, they know how to eliminate excuses, achieve results.
That's very good for mental strength, I must admit. What is your definition of success with strong mind?
Definition of success with strong mind. Well, the strong mind has to be there, otherwise there would not be success.
Right.
I mean, without strong mind, there would not be success. But
I'm really sorry for
my personal definition of success would be, for example, I'm an actor. I want to do theater, do films. In a way, give through theater and film and business. I want to give to like schools. I want to give to hospitals. It's just I believe that life is about giving, and love is about giving, and giving is unconditional. And this is the way. This is if I will be able to do this, I will feel I'm successful. But I already feel I'm successful because it's in my mind and it's in my heart, and I work every day for it. So that's why I feel that if I can be a giving person, if I can help the society around me through my skills and through the job which I love to do in life, then that's my definition of success. I'm successful.
Very interesting. The reason I added mental strength with success, because I came across a lot of people in their experience, success is just a piece of cake to eat and a cup of tea to drink. Why? They want to have success, but they don't want to have a strong mind. I cannot understand and figure my way out in this concept that how these people can only think of success with a strong mind. Because you are quite right. You said that strong mind is vitally important to gain success, but some of them, they don't think. Why is that? How would we help them?
The strong mind is a person who stands by values.
Right.
That is a strong mind. Jesus had a strong mind, okay? Because he stood by his values, he had a strong mind. And when you have a strong mind, because when you live your life and you have a certain values and you fight for them, and you fight for them until the end of your life, because that's what you want to do, that will give you a strong mind, a strong heart, a strong body, and everything else that you need. It will forge you, it will make you stronger. While the people who don't want to have a strong mind, they want to have an accidental success.
Right.
Success is not accidental. Trying once, twice, and if you get it, happy days. And if you don't get it, blame the others.
That's the easiest thing I think.
So So this is what's happened, and this is why a lot of people who gain success accidentally, they lose it quicker than they actually get it. It's the old saying that sometimes you lose a battle before even you start it. That's because of the mind and the training that you've gone through.
What do you tell yourself when you fail? Have you had any failures in your life?
Oh, I had many. I have a life full of failures.
Could you please share some which you think you have graded them the most effective in your life, that right, I remember this failure which I cannot get my head out of it, and that failure taught me a really good lesson for what you wanted?
There was a moment when I wanted to go to drama school, but I tried. I auditioned once, I auditioned again. Eventually I did not get in any of them. I felt it was a failure. I wasn't capable, I didn't have the talent, I didn't have the guts, I didn't have the muscles to do this. And for me it was a failure. But then what that failure taught me was to never give up, because there's always a way. Okay, there's always a way. There's always a way. And if you put your mind and your heart into it, you will find it. Eventually, the year after, I kept auditioning and I got another place in another drama school. So eventually, I did what I wanted to do. It didn't come straight away. It didn't come easy. I did it at the end because I put my mind and my heart into it, and I got what I wanted.
In my experience, passion is vitally important. I would add a bit more to this. Passion is more involved as well. People who are scared of failures, what I think, their lack of passion as well. They just want an easy success. They just want easy goals to achieve. They just want to blame others. And unfortunately, when they face failure, they just give up. And I think I would just add a bit my side of story to it. That when people, they have to start learning, in my experience, to fail more than to think about success to start with. Why I say? Because the moment you start thinking about failures, you will prosper more, because you'll have more opportunities to start it again, and making sure referring and rendering to the same mistakes you have done, and making sure when you do it next time, you are careful enough to not repeat them again. And when you achieve success after those failures, you feel really filled up, you feel nourished, you feel energized, and you feel like it is very, very hard for your mental strength to be defeated, because you have been so much through the failures and pain that no one can beat you.
Absolutely. You started the conversation with the word passion. Do you know what passion means? Passion means that you do things eagerly, not for material, not for success, not for anything. You keep doing what you want because that's your passion.
Yes.
Okay? The people who fail and they live in the middle, or they blame the others, they have chosen a profession that they're not passionate about.
Absolutely.
They're not passionate about it. When I went to study in a drama school. One of my teachers mentioned that we have to be ambitious. I said, you know what? I don't disagree with the word ambition. Okay, if you want us to be ambitious, okay, but I feel that I have to love the subject and I have to be passionate about it, and then the success will come, because I will work every day to make it happen.
Rejection is one of the biggest problems people face in our lives, in their lives, not our lives. I mean, I can't say I'm perfect, but I have practiced a lot being rejected and doing it again, the same thing what I'm being rejected on. In my experience, I think rejection points you to a right direction. What do you do when you are being rejected? Continuous rejection, does it affect your mindset to lose the strength? It's a very good question.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think rejection should not stop people to keep doing what they want to do. I mean, the biggest writers, artists, painters, musicians in the world, they've been all rejected. However, they kept doing what they wanted to do because they had a passion for it. They had a love for it. So I don't think that rejection should be something we should also take it personally. Basically, the rejection for you not doing your job. For example, I want to employ you and I don't think you can do your job. It's in my head and what I think, okay? that's not you. You can do absolutely great. That doesn't mean that when someone rejects you, you cannot do well for that person in his opinion. There's a lot of competition, there's a lot of judgment, like most of what we think is subjective, so obviously there would be a rejection. But that should not stop people from keep going. It doesn't matter how many times. I used to think when it came to rejection, when I was young, very, very young, I used to think a door closed, another door closed, another door closed, but I have 1,000 more doors to knock. And this is how I kept going.
Thank you ever so much for watching this episode. Did you know, if you want something different, you have to stop accepting what you are used to. The richest of the rich is one who is not a prisoner to greed. The first step to getting anywhere is deciding you are no longer, I repeat, you are no longer willing to stay where you are.